Right, baguette forming video 5, I think, I'm sure. So I got it right last week. Well, 2 of them were right, so I want to make sure that I got it right. So like a double check. And this is almost the last of the spelt flour, so we might as well make a video on it. So it was into the centre, turn around, create a bit of tension, and then again, so kind of pressing that in like that was it, that's what I was doing, and then press that into that, so we form that tight dough on the back of the bread, and then that's what's going to give us that nice spring when we slice it tomorrow morning when it's been in the fridge for 12 hours or so. And hopefully I'll do a better job of getting it out of the thingamajig, the piece of floured cloth. Well, my old what do we call it? Pillowcase. So that there, floured. Put a bit more flour on it to go. So they are about 400 grams worth of dough, each one of these. I did, need a bit of flour on board, not too much though. I did watch a video on dough forming over the weekend, and the guy was using extremely wet dough. Extremely talented guy. I don't know how he did it. It's just extremely impressive. So, dough into the quarter. Dough into the quarter. So this is starting to build tension up in the dough. That and that. I don't think this is necessarily the correct technique, but it works. So if it works, it is the correct technique. And I'll roll out a little bit. I don't think I'm going to get those bits at the side a little bit more level. And then that on there, you don't need to see me put that on. I will show you at the end. So a little bit of flour. I think it's important to show you, not failures, but where you kind of go a little bit wrong with things, and where you kind of learn, because if I make those mistakes, then other people are going to make those mistakes as well. So you kind of need to see where you're kind of going wrong. So that there, and that. Don't know why you do that bit. I think it's just to make the dough stick, and then so we're creating tension by pulling the dough, and then we do the same to the other side. Come to think about it now, there are rolling machines that do baguettes. I've seen them on the deli, and that must be the thing that naturally creates tension in the dough from a machine point of view, but we're doing it by hand. So next one on there, a little bit more flour on the board, not much. Yeah, the guy didn't use any flour whatsoever. This dough was just a sticky mess. I think it was probably above 65% hydration was the dough. It must have been more like 70, and he just worked it like you wouldn't believe. He didn't form it into any, no he did, he put it into Balaton? Peloton? No, that's the bikes isn't the Peloton. Balaton? You know what I mean. The proving basket. So that into the centre, give it a little bit of a spring. Into the centre. So there. There. And a roll. And there is the crease there still. That's the bit I'm going to put down onto the cloth. That looks like it's alright. So right, so last one now. A little bit of flour, because I'm not good enough not to be able to use flour. Maybe someday I will be good enough to use flour. One day. So, a bit of flour, create a bit of tension. And pull that over like that. Tuck in. Trying to stick a little bit, is that's alright. Onto a new bit of flour on the cloth. It doesn't stick. There we go, right. They can live in the fridge overnight. They'll prove a little bit, but mostly they'll ferment and create some flavour. But there we go. I'll cover them, I'll put them in the fridge, and then we'll bake them in the morning. The oven's on. I'm going to do this and not make a mess. So the oven's on. The tray isn't hot because I found that the baguette stuck to it, which is not what I want. If I have to move the baguettes around. The baguettes won't stick to everything. I'm not going to make a mess of my t-shirt. I'm a bit cack-handed with things. See, I wouldn't be able to do that if the tray was hot. So, my t-shirt needs washing anyway. So, we need some water. Right, long slices. And pretty deep. It's the spelt in this that just makes it difficult to cut through, because you can't, it's got little grains in it, so you can't cut through the grains. And then the problem is it wants to drag the grains through then the through the bed and ripping it rather than cutting it. So, right, in the oven, 200 degree, well, it's on full whack. Highest temperature and it's on fan. Cast iron tray in the bottom of the oven. A bit of water on the cast iron tray, and then that'll create some steam. And that certainly created some steam. We'll see how the 20 minutes. See what we're like after 20 minutes. Actually, I might as well put the other baguettes on the next tray. So I'm not going to heat the tray up before I put it in, so I might as well put the 3 baguettes that I've got onto this tray and try and not make a mess of them. It's just difficult. There will be a technique. Maybe I should look up that technique. It's quite a soft dough, so I don't want it to stick to my arm or stick to anything. So upside down and then long. So they were wonky last week, and that's the reason. So it's a case of flipping it onto my floured arm, peeling it off the pillowcase, and then onto the tray. I don't know, sometimes you just got to use what works for you. There we go. That'll be easy, putting that one in the oven like that. Made a mess of my t-shirt, but doesn't matter. Right, so they can be ready when the other ones come out. Like a one fell swoop. I won't slice them just yet, because if something goes wrong and they start to prove, they'll split right open. That's not what I want. So slices on the last second. But anyway, let's see how the other ones are after 20 minutes. 20 minutes are up. They're not exactly how I want them. I'm baking for 25 minutes. Kind of got a nice split. Goes out of the way. I'll do these. Maybe less water. Make a better job of doing the slices, because if you spray the top of the bread with water, it wants to seal the slices that you've made. So maybe I just need it to be a little bit more careful with the slices. Or maybe I'll be making more baguettes next week. Right, they're better slices. So we'll see how those turn out. And a little bit of water in the oven. A little bit of water, maybe a couple of tablespoons. But I mean, they're alright. It's just that I wanted those nice big deep slices, and they've been cooking for a little bit longer. Maybe I didn't hear the timer go off and thought, although a little bit crunchier. Yes, someone said that they preferred the baguettes to the sourdough loaves because there was more crust. But anyway, so we'll let those cool. Let the other ones cook. Can't leave. Yeah, we'll leave them on the chopping board. It'll be fine. And we'll see what the other ones are like after 20 minutes. Hopefully the deeper cuts and the less water will produce. I want that, but deeper. But anyway, we live and learn. Well, apparently I've forgotten in a week. Look at these. There we go. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. So those are the first ones. Ooh. These ones are the second ones. Let's turn off. Right. Yes, the deeper cuts work. The deeper cuts work. They look like baguettes. They look like baguettes. Still not 100% happy. See, there you go. Just because I thought I got it right last week doesn't mean that I got it right again this week. So, yeah, so deeper cuts. Maybe it was down to the hot tray. No, because the tray wasn't that hot. It's not as if it was a like the cast iron pot that I cooked the sourdough in. So I don't think that's the reason. I don't think that's the reason. I mean, they're not uniform because I'm not that skilled at rolling them out. We'll have another go next week. They're alright, you know, but a little bit overcooked. We'll save one and we'll cut it open. Or maybe we won't. Or maybe I'll just take it. I don't know. Yeah, we'll probably save one and slice into it and have a look at it. One of these, I think. One of these. Actually, that's... Yeah, I'm happy with that one. I'm happy with that one. Yeah. Although, now that one's cooling, that's slightly got better slices. I don't know. I'm not 100% happy. We'll see what when they cool a bit. We'll save one and we'll slice into it. They're going to be nice in the inside. I mean, it's nice bread. You know, it's a particularly nice starter. So it makes nice bread. And they've certainly been fermenting in the fridge for a good 14 hours, something like that. I mean, it's like a slow proof. So, yes. Yeah, okay. I'll have another go next week. But I might save one and slice into it, we'll see. Kind of looks a bit better, as it's cooled. Let's have a slice into it. There we go. They were rounder last week. They were rounder. I'm sure they were. That's alright. It's going to taste nice. And I was thinking about what I'm going to do next week. I'm going to change things. And I think we'll go back to a hot tray. And I think I will put the baguette on a piece of cardboard, like floured cardboard, and then I can slide it onto the tray. I think. So we'll go back to a hot thingamajig, and I might, when we create tension in the dough, so fold it in half, press it in on itself, and get that tension in the outside of the crust, which makes it split open. I might do it for another time as well. So I might do it like, I do it 4 times, I might do it 6. And then it creates even more tension, hopefully, in the outside of the dough. But we'll see. It's lovely. Nice and crispy. Yeah. Deep slashes again. It's alright. See, if I stopped last week, I wasn't as good as I thought I would, so I need to carry on and try again.